Original.
Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers. This is our mailbag episode where we play your voicemails and read your reviews and probably not read your emails today, but we will get to them at some point. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stettin. We got a lot of reviews. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, that was weird.
That didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. I was so excited to read these reviews that I forgot Maria was here. I'm so sorry.
I don't have to be here.
Melissa was just thinking reviews.
We got so many reviews.
And I'm producer Maria.
Yeah, well. Okay. Some reviews.
The first review, do you want to just switch off on them?
Sure.
The first review, 5 stars, honk honk. Love this podcast so much. All the hosts are so funny and everyone should listen. Hope you guys get to 1,000 reviews soon. From Sleepwalker.
Thank you. This is from Luca Laurentia. Love this pod. I love these women. They cover a wide range of topics. True crime, cults, fast food. They talk about it all. They have also created a fun, interactive community. Love the voicemails, especially the ghost stories. Finding this pod during quarantine was a gift. Thank you, Allie, Melissa, and producer Maria.
Oh, we should do some more ghost stories. We haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
Next one from Mads_. Stop taking the nicknames. 5 stars. La la la. Rating on here because I can't on Spotify. Dumb if you ask me. But I love this podcast and always look forward to hearing what Allie, Melissa, and Maria have to say. Super funny, and I always learn weird facts to tell my friends. Thanks for all the entertainment.
Oh, thank you. This is from Anth10114. Me gusta. 5 stars. Very bueno. Muchas thanks. Love you. Bye.
The next one from Jen C. Collins. 5 stars. A very fun time. I really enjoy how the hosts interact with each other. It's so warm and silly. Oh, like Melissa over talking Maria. The conversations range from pizza toppings to conservatorships. That's hashtag range.
That's range. This is from
oh wow, good luck with that one.
GM. La la la. 5 stars. La la Tagen. La 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 boing Achtung Cholulu. The show this must listen. Thank you.
The best one so far, maybe. Next one is from Baenanas. Spooky, 5 stars. I work in remodeling, so I travel around my state, and I sometimes work too far to drive there and back. So I spend the night in giant empty houses in the middle of nowhere. And I had nightmares after full days of listening to this podcast. Highly recommend. Wow.
This is from Mr. Dak. I forgot the stars on my 666 review.
Oh, no.
This is a review I wrote, but like a dummy, didn't send. P.S. I couldn't look away from the mirror during the seance. Nothing, fortunately. Loved watching you guys' eyes pop out of your heads anytime a candle flickered. If one doesn't love this show, they are wrong.
Exactly. Next one is from McChristy. 5 stars. Love you, bimbos. Love your show.
This is from No Lisps. The most comforting podcast.
Aww.
These goddesses have helped me through some of my loneliest times, and I'm so grateful for their humor and creativity. They're so naturally funny and candid, and I feel like they are my real friends. Thank you, Allie, Melissa, and Maria. Keep up the hard work.
We are your real friends. This next one is from SUJFKSIWJ. Web Crawlers is greater than anything else. 5 stars. The grip that this podcast has on me is strong, to say the least. These girls know how to get a giggle out of me. I love hearing them talk about nonsense, and the mailbag episodes are my favorite. Keep it up, ladies.
This is from MBZ23. 10 would recommend. Hands down my favorite podcast. They're hilarious, weird in all the right ways, and super relatable. You'll end up laughing to yourself while listening to them in the grocery store, and people will uncomfortably stare at you, but hey, that's life.
Amazing. This one is from Fat Crafty Bitch. Amazing name. Funny, interesting, beautiful. 5 stars. Found this pod thanks to PFT. I was already familiar with Maria from Spontaneation and was a fan. I quickly fell in love with Melissa and Allie through though, after listening to an episode. The girls are funny and subjects interesting. They're also beautiful. Not that it matters, but in case they read it, as they should know. They are great to their fans, and the listener episodes are great, even when they play ranting voicemails about working at McDonald's, living in the Bridgewater Triangle, or about almost being abducted by a serial killer. Those were me. Oh my God, amazing. Can't recommend enough.
This is from Corn Mom.
Corn Mom.
Corn Mom with a K. Here's your review, ladies. Love the topics, love the hosts. Indeed, what more could you want?
By the way, corn is spelled like the band Corn.
Yeah.
So
yeah, freak on a leash.
Yeah,
she likes from Bakersfield.
The band Corn. The next one is from Flourish. 5 stars. Love the show. Finally, a podcast with women hosts that I actually love and can relate to. Super funny and entertaining. And I've even learned some new pop culture facts too.
Oh. Ooh. This is from I Am a Nerd 2024. I love this podcast and I'm so glad I found it to get me through quarantine and Zooms. You make me laugh and give me the creeps.
Should we keep reading them or should we save some for next time?
There's one more new one.
Okay. Okay. Leave me alone. I am bushed. 5 stars. Thank you for my complimentary. It won't let me read the rest of the title. I listened web crawlers once and now I'm having wet dreams about Bigfoot and taking dumps on my pizza. Awesome weight loss strategy. 10 out of 10. Recommend this pod. Take care. Wow, I wish I could read the rest of the subject from my phone, but now I can't. I think it says pizza. Thank you for my compliment. I don't know, but that's great.
All right. We'll read.
Wow. Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we're at
still have more.
890. We're real close, guys. 110 left.
You're out there. If you're listening and you're going, oh, you know, I could write a review. Just do it. And you don't have to write a long one. You could just write like poop. You know, I know you guys.
Oh, God. We're going to get 110 reviews that say poop now.
Speaking of poop, we did have a real quick email.
Speaking of poop.
Oh, do you want to hear something interesting?
Yes.
I sent in a poop sample the other day. So speaking of Instagram ads, our episode this week is about scams. I get Instagram ads all the time for medical testing stuff. So it's
Theranos.
Honestly, food sensitivity tests, hormone tests, what's wrong with you tests. And I got an ad for what's wrong with your gut, check for bacteria, parasites, see what your gut health is like. Your gut health determines your mental health and the rest of your physical health. So I ordered a gut test and I didn't realize you have to take a fecal sample. So I mailed off some of my shit the other day to a company.
I had to do that when I went to Peru. When I got back,
did you get a parasite?
My stomach was hurting. I did. I took some antibiotics. It was just like some basic parasite or something.
Some basic bitch parasite.
Some basic bitch.
Well, I'll let you guys know about my poop.
Yeah, keep us updated.
I will. I absolutely will.
So we got this email from Jamie. So story time, a real dump on pizza.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. I was dying during the Noid episode when you started talking about a dump on pizza because that's basically what happened in my hometown. I lived in a suburb outside of Philly, and workers at the local Pizza Hut put actual human shit in the pizza sauce about 15 years ago. No one knows how many people ate it or how many pizzas the sauce went on. But some people got it. They were fired, and then the branch closed down due to no one wanting to come. My mom still calls Pizza Hut Pizza Butt to this day.
That's funny.
I Googled this.
They shouldn't just be fired.
A news article about
they should be imprisoned. That you should be imprisoned if you put poop in pizza sauce.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's also, it literally is a crime. It's a health hazard.
Yeah.
So what did the articles that you found say, Melissa?
It was just a news story from like 15 years ago that was like, people started noticing the taste was weird.
Oh, that's the worst. That's always the worst.
And then the people like admitted to it or something, or somebody like narked on them.
Yeah, I put poop in the pizza sauce. So what?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Sue me?
People are so gross.
Yeah, people are gross.
Quote me on that.
Horrible.
All right, well, time to get into some voicemails.
Yeah, let's do the damn thing.
Do it.
Hello, this message is for web crawlers. This is Laura from Texas, not that you really needed to know that. Anyway, so I'm listening to the synchronous. Really?
Hey, shut up.
We're talking about that. Oh my gosh, my dog. Sorry. Anyway, so I was listening to y'all talk about synchronicities and the times. You're always looking at the clock. So I always look at the clock at 11:11. Always, every day.
Yeah.
And when I look it up on Wikipedia, it talks about it being a sign of coincidence and synchronicity. So yesterday, I was watching a Dateline episode, and then my husband and I were watching a baseball game, and there was a player with the same last name as the guy who was killed on Dateline. Unfortunately, sad for him. Anyway, so they had the same last name, and it was not a common last name at all. So that was just what happened yesterday, but I have them every day. Also, I love hearing about seals and the ads for it, but my dogs really don't like hearing the doorbell sound.
I'm
really
sorry.
confused.
Oh, interesting.
My dog was the first podcast that I left a review for. So y'all are kind of special to me in that way. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Wow, the doorbell. It's causing havoc.
Havoc. That's probably why they're barking right now.
I'll put a knock. Maybe I'll put like a train, like a choo-choo train thing or something. We'll figure it out. And then the next one won't. Next ad will take place outside of the home.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll take place in space.
Oh, that would be good. We should be on a UFO or in space or something like that.
Yeah. Please. If you guys want to write in and say in your reviews for web crawlers and you want to say where the next ad should take place, that's a nice way to get new reviews.
Yes.
Okay, next message.
Hello, web crawlers. I called about something stupid before. This is Laura from Texas. And then I realized my mom went to school with a serial killer, and I should have called about that first before my dumb complaint about the Fields commercial making my dog bark. Anyway, so my mom's from a little town in Texas, and she went to school with a serial killer. Literally, he abducted one of his victims from their school parking lot while she was still in school with him. And really weird fact is that his birthday is the exact same birthday as my mom, just 1 year later. So he was in my aunt's graduating class. So all of my mom and her siblings went to school with this serial killer in Texas, and there was even a book written about him. His name is Daniel Lee Corwin from Texas, in case you're interested. He was just a god-awful person and disgusting. So that is an interesting family fact we talk about that I actually didn't find out about until like a couple of years ago. I can't believe my grandmother didn't tell me, and then we had a whole conversation about his family and how they all knew each other. Anyway, bye.
Dang.
That's wild, man.
That's crazy.
In 1975, Corwin abducted a classmate, Brenda Evans, at knife point in their high school parking lot while she was getting into her car. He drove her to a remote location in her own car and raped her. He then dragged her out of the car, knocked her down, slit her throat, and stabbed her in the stomach and heart as she lay in a dirt pit bleeding. He covered her head with a board and covered it with dirt and leaves. She survived.
What?
And managed and managed to reach the road where she was eventually seen and saved. Listen to this. Corwin was sentenced to 40 years in prison for kidnapping, rape, and attempted murder, and he was released after 9 years.
That's it?
Huh?
He then, in 1987, abducted 72-year-old Alice Martin, who was walking to her home in Texas. He drove her to a field where he raped, gagged, and stabbed her. And then he kidnapped 26-year-old Deborah Lynn Ewing from her workplace, where he raped and stabbed her. In another thing in 1987 was he attempted to kidnap 36-year-old Mary Carol Reisinger at a car wash. She resisted and screamed for help, which resulted in Corwin slitting her throat in front of her 3-year-old daughter. Then he abducted another woman. This guy was in prison, and they let him out after 9 years. And look at all the stuff he did.
Oh my God.
He stabbed her several times. This other woman, Wendy Grant, slit her throat, left her for dead. But I think she was found by a driver who summoned police to get her medical aid. And then he was finally tracked down through a police sketch. And he was sentenced to death in 1990 and was executed by lethal injection in 1998.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
How do you let someone out of prison who like tries to murder someone?
Yeah.
That gruesomely. I mean, let's just say if someone literally did something that gruesome, let's just assume.
Yeah, they're going to do it again.
It'll get worse.
Let's just assume he does that 40 years that he was sentenced to. How about that?
Jesus Christ.
And not let him out in 9. Ugh.
Okay. Next message.
Hi, I'm calling for the Web Crawlers podcast. Hi, my name is Sophia. I am a long recent listener, and I've enjoyed you guys so much. You guys have brought so much joy into my boring little work life. Mm-hmm. But I really want to talk to you guys about psychic abilities. So
I got scared.
This was about maybe six or 7 years ago now. I had a really severe concussion. And from that, I felt very in tune into everything. I started having very intense vision because I couldn't do much. I was laying in a dark room all the time. I started having very intense vision, and things were coming true and unfolding in front of me. I didn't know if it was some sort of simulation glitch or something, but then I started doing tarot, and it was insane. My little sister will hold it to this day. She'll come to me with anything, and she's like my only client, I guess, for readings. But yeah, ever since I've had my severe concussion, I have been able to hone these psychic abilities. And I don't know if they're really psychic abilities, but I've been able to see the future for multiple people in my life. And I've let them know I see auras in rooms. So I'll see colors surrounding the border of the room, and it changes, and it can change depending on who's in the room. I can get like the vibe. I don't know, I just wanted to share with you guys. Thank you so much for all being so amazing. I don't know if we'll make it to the show, but if it does, it's really cool. But thanks, guys. Bye.
Oh my God, I want her to come on and like read our tarot or tell our future.
That's crazy. It does seem crazy. Like getting a concussion is such like a severe blow to your brain. Like how could it not change something?
Totally. A big bonk to the head like that?
A big bonk to the head.
Well, you know about Roseanne Barr about
No, tell me for sure.
She tells she got hit by a car, I believe, when she was a teenager, maybe she was a kid, and her entire personality changed. Her entire personality changed. And same thing happened. Miley Cyrus talked about this.
Well, and Gary Busey, I was going to say.
Oh.
Yeah, Gary Busey. And then I think Miley Cyrus was on like Joe Rogan, and she there was a clip of it going around where she was in a like a dirt bike accident or something as a baby. Like she got knocked off like her dad was like riding around with her on something, and she said, I don't have something in my brain now that tells me not to do stuff. Like I got bonked. It's like, that's why she's so like she's able to take more risks and stuff. And she was like, I've talked about it with therapists and stuff, and they're like, something happened where like you just don't have that in your brain to like go like, oh, I shouldn't do that.
Uh-oh. Well,
that's crazy.
So yeah, there is something about getting bonked in the head that can really
change you.
But that's wild to see like colors and auras and like you're like on another plane.
Yeah, that's really scary.
Okay. Next message.
Oh, hey, this is your boy, Joran, calling.
Joran!
I told myself I wasn't going to call you guys so much, but I just can't quit you. I left a message like 4 months ago or something, and I think it got lost in the cracks. I know you're behind, but you can go ahead and delete that. I'll re-say what I was calling about now, because it seems like you're going with the fresher, newer voicemails. Show idea for you guys, or you could just talk about it for a moment right now if you want to. Do you remember, I don't know when it was, maybe 20 years ago or less, there was all over the news this woman. She was like a professional NBA or cheerleader. She was a cheerleader. And she was on the news because she got some sort of vaccine. Suddenly, had issues where she couldn't control her body, and when she walked, it would be very odd. She started talking with a British accent, and the only way that she could correct her physical issues, with walking and stuff, was if she ran or walked backwards. And there were some news segments on her, and they showed her like walking backwards down the stairs, and she was all good. Anyway, it sounds like it's total bullshit. And I know that people sort of tried to spy on her and see if she was lying or whatever. But I thought in the current climate of people being idiots about vaccines and stuff, it might be fun to talk about, not one of the originals, but an earlier idiot regarding the vaccine. Unless, of course, she was truly injured, in which, God bless her, all of that stuff. Okay, that's all. Bye.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. We may have talked about this on the show. Desiree Jennings. She was this cheerleader, and she said she got a vaccine, and then she said she could only walk backwards. Instead of messed up she's completely faking it for attention. But there were videos of her online where she's like, I can't do anything. People interviewed her for the news. She's on 2020. She's had her speech was all messed up, but it all sounded like it was all fake.
What vaccine is she alleging did this to her?
I think it was the flu. Of what I'm saying,
the flu shot.
Have been a video flu shot cheerleader.
Flu shot, a routine flu shot.
Oh boy!
I wonder. I mean, what?
It was
I want to see a video.
The video was insane. It's so fake.
Yeah, people are saying it's a hoax.
Yes,
yeah, it
it's
seems
for
to be
sure a hoax.
But where is she now? I mean, is she living her whole life walking backwards?
No, people called her out on it.
God, this was in 2009.
Amazingly beautiful young woman. She was training to be a pro football cheerleader, and she got a flu shot. She says that shot has destroyed her chances of happiness. We told you about her story last time. Now Les Trent is with this woman for a first-hand look at what her life has become.
Oh, no.
She's the beautiful cheerleader whose heartbreaking story is shocking the nation. 25-year-old Desiree Jennings showed me how she can't walk without twisting, jerky movements.
Fake.
But she walks backwards normally.
Started with me not being able to eat without passing out.
You couldn't eat without passing out. She has to go up and down stairs backwards because something as simple as walking forward can be dangerous. And here's the unusual part about the disorder. Take a look at this. Desiree can run just fine. It's only when she stops. You see, that's where the spasms start. Now you can walk backwards though, and it'll make it better, right?
Yeah.
She runs with a normal stride, and as I ran with her, she even spoke normally. And now you can talk.
Yeah, it's weird. It fixes as soon as I start running.
I mean, you sound.
I know, it's great.
You sound amazing.
But where is she now? I mean, if this was 10 years ago, if this was...
Doctors say what happened to Desiree should discourage people from getting flu shots. But here's what the woman who's on the wrong side of being 1 in a million says. Running has to be a relief.
The only thing I have left.
The only thing you have left.
Now, here's an interview with her in 2020 where she's talking normally, like it's for like a 2020 interview. And now she has a British accent.
Yeah, it's fake.
Or no, this is from 2010.
What?
Wow.
That's bizarre.
What a bizarre...
What a crazy thing to pretend to have.
Hi, guys. I was just listening to Web Crawlers, and there was a caller who said that he dreamt of a house, and 2 days later, he saw it in real life. I had to call you because I run this TikTok account called Zillotastrophes. It has like 300,000 followers on TikTok.
Ooh.
And lots and lots of viral videos. I post like weird houses, and people go nuts for some of them. And the craziest thing is every single time I post a house, people comment, "Oh my God, I've been here in a dream. Like, I've dreamt of this house."
Whoa.
Like, and some people are like, this is the craziest thing. My life is ruined. I can't get over this, right? And so it reminded me of that. And I've always wanted like a psychologist or somebody to explain why so many people have this same experience about the houses that I post. To the point where they're like, there are details about the house that they saw in their dream. So I'd love to understand that. I am happy to believe that it's like we're in the Matrix and there's an error or a glitch, and they only have certain houses programmed, and so they just like feed them into our dreams because they just don't think we'll ever come across them again. But I also think this guy could have been having like a deja vu moment. You know, when you, like, they say deja vu really isn't like you're not actually remembering a memory, but instead your brain thinks it's remembering a memory and it's really a new event. So I'm thinking maybe that could be the case. Like every time these people see these houses, they're like, oh, I had a dream about that, but it's really just deja vu.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Are we in the simulation, or is it deja vu or something else? And I can't wait to hear if you answer this. Bye.
Yeah, deja vu is a weird... I read a thing about it that explained it really well, how it was like your brain tricking yourself into thinking that it had done this thing before. It's really strange.
That's crazy. I mean, that's like the big question is it a simulation or is it something else? I don't know. That's really weird, though. People saying that they dreamt of that house. That's bizarre.
I've passed by places where I've gone like, oh, I went there in my dream. Like I know what that feeling is about, like stores and stuff. So it is there. It could be a couple things. It could be like someone has seen that house passing by or something. Or I mean, I don't know. It could be reminiscent of another house they've seen before, and then it gets into their dream, and then when they see it again outside of the dream, they go, "Oh my God, I just dreamt that." I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. God,
that
weird.
Is weird.
Or
simulation.
It's all
simulation.
A simulation.
Hi, this message is for the web crawlers. This is MK. Calling. It's been a while. I spared you from my rambling voicemails, but you're about to get another one because I lived in the DC area during the insurrection, and it was a wild time.
Oh, wow.
Just a PSA before I say all this stuff, I don't live in DC anymore, so I'm not like doxing myself about like my location. I actually live in LA now, so if you guys want to
hey, girl.
let me know. But anyway, when I was living there, I was in the suburbs, in the Virginia side of the suburbs, and we got locked down too because a lot of the Proud Boys and like other agitators were staying in the suburbs because that's where a lot of hotels are because tourists stay there, and they were causing problems at the hotels and the Airbnbs and the bars and stuff. So they shut Virginia down too for the night, I think like a few hours after everything started. But the craziest thing was there was like a bunch of bomb threats too that I feel like everybody kind of forgets about. And they were allegedly in some federal buildings in the surrounding areas. And so at the time I was working in the city, so going into the city to my job for the next few days was not a vibe. And the other crazy thing is that the QAnon shaman was in jail in Alexandria, Virginia, next to my house, my former house. Again, I no longer live there. Please, nobody come stalk me. But that is where the QAnon shaman is. And I say nobody come stalk me because you're not going to find anything except for the QAnon shaman. So if that's what you're looking for, enjoy. And then also weirdly, when I was in college, the guy who mailed ricin or whatever that poison is to Obama was in the jail near my college campus. So yeah. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to mention was it was weird that the musicians Ariel Pink and John Mouse were at the Capitol riots too, and everybody kind of just like forgot about it. I wasn't surprised about Ariel Pink because he's like said some crazy stuff and got on Fox News, but John Mouse seemed better than that. So I was annoyed, to say the least. So yeah, that's my DC insurrection story. And any LA crawlers want to be my friend, let me know. Okay, I will surely be calling back soon. Thanks. Bye.
Dang. Bomb threats. That's crazy. Well, welcome to LA, baby.
Hello, this message is for web crawlers. My name is Amber from California.
Oh, it's not who I thought it was.
My message is for Amber from Oregon. I am pretty decent at dream interpreting, and I wanted to call in after the first time she left a message. I was too chicken, and because you guys played another message, I was like, yeah, I got to. You also talked about that thing where you can't see in your mind, you can't see pictures in your mind, and I literally just learned about this, and I've been asking the universe for some synergy, or I forget what we call it, some symbiosis, whatever. So this is my clue to call in. Anyways, I remember her saying that there were a bunch of poppies around in the reoccurring dream, and poppies is a big symbol of death, so that's that. And then I kept thinking, like, what does the bench kind of mean? And I think what her brother was trying to tell her is that, like, when you think of a bench, you probably think of a bus stop bench or, like, somewhere you sit for a minute or just, like, a stop along the way. And if it was in a field of poppies, maybe he was just trying to communicate to you, like, hey, death is just a stop along the way. Like, there's something really beautiful on the other side. Like, you get picked up, you get on the bus, you go to the next beautiful place. It's, like, maybe just trying to communicate that it's, yeah, like I said, a stop along the way. I don't have anything else other than that. I can't think of the opening the eyes, but just that, like, the eye can sometimes symbolize you wanting to see yourself. And so maybe your brother is trying to encourage you to find yourself in some way, or to open yourself to yourself, open up your eyes to you, to finding who you are and what makes you happy, and all of that stuff. Anyways, if you guys need I don't know what the word is, an honorary dream interpreter, I'd be happy to be your dream interpreter. Also, I have so many fun site games that would be very fun to give to all of you.
Fun what?
See, like, where you're at in your lives and, like, what you're prioritizing. If you let me know, should you need my services. Big fan of the podcast. La, la, la. Oy, 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 oy.
She says she has fun what?
Well,
Fun what?
Something games?
Something names? Something
Games? Names?
She's got something fun.
She got something fun. She has something fun. I hear the word fun and my ears perk up.
Huh? Fun?
Fun?
Allie's down for a good time.
Always.
Hi, this message is for the web crawlers. This is just for informational purposes only. I certainly don't expect you to play this on the podcast, but I needed to call because I'm driving, and this was the safest way to tell you before I forgot. So, I'm just listening to the most recent mailbag episode. Pardon me, that's my gas light going off. And you guys are talking about how you use Printful for your print-on-demand store. And I wanted to let you know, I have like a little print-on-demand shop, and I use a place called Printify.
Oh,
that
I've heard of that.
Just like Printful. It integrates with everything else, but all of these like blank, like base items are like $2 or $3 cheaper.
Oh.
Or more. Like, I don't know if you're trying to.
We should look into that.
Up, $2 extra dollars. But anyway,
always.
I wanted you to know. Allie, Melissa, and Maria, I appreciate you so much. I'm really glad that the show exists. It's really nice. Anyway, yay, and I'm sure be calling again soon. Okay, bye.
Thanks for the hot tip. I actually have used Printify for the Pistol Shrimps clothing. I think the interface is not as user-friendly.
I mean, Printful. That's important.
That's why I stopped
on the
using
spectrum
it.
of Google and Zara, it's more toward the Zara end of the spectrum.
It is. Maybe it's changed.
Right.
Maybe that was a few years ago.
You never know.
People change.
Let's look into it. Look into it.
Thank you.
Hi, this message is for web crawlers. My name is Cameron, and first of all, huge fan, love the pod, obsessed. But I'm calling because I just listened to the mailbag episode about a fantasia or whatever, like seeing images in your head. And I wanted to say that I'm someone who doesn't have an internal monologue. Like, I don't have things running through my head or whatever it is. I don't really have those words. Like, for example, I'll just explain how it is to be living this blessed life. So, for example, like, if I'm going to make a sandwich, I don't think, like, about the steps of making it. I just feel the concept. Or if I think about, like, a word or, like, what I want to say or how I feel, I just, like, feel it, and then those feelings turn into words as they come out of my mouth. Like, if I really want to, I can intentionally like think of words and say them in my head, but everything is just like concepts, and I can't imagine the burden of having words in my head that sound like a lot. Like, if you have a song stuck in your head, how does your internal monologue interact with the song in your head? Like, are you just having like a battle in there? Like, it's so intriguing to me, but yeah, I'm someone that doesn't have an internal monologue, and that's my life. Love you, bye.
That's fascinating to me.
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, what is an internal monologue? Is it just talking to yourself in your head?
I think it's
like
talking to yourself in your head.
Conversations, or like, because I have that all the time.
I have that.
Yeah. I got that. Yeah, I think it's like you're walking around and in your head, you're like, okay, what do I have to do today? Like, I have to write this down. You know, it's
that's what I do.
Yeah, I do that too. I think some people don't do that.
Oh my God. Yeah, like I'm like, I got to feed the cats. I got to do this.
Yeah.
Like I talk to myself in my head.
Yeah. I mean, I do it inside my head and outside my head.
Yeah. That's wild.
Thank you for calling in. That's a great perspective. That's a very interesting way to go about the world.
Even yesterday, like to note the singing thing, I was in my backyard singing ABBA. And then as I was singing in my
Queen.
Seriously, and then in my head, I'm thinking, I wonder if my neighbors can hear me, or my neighbors in their backyard. I wonder if they can hear me. So like my inner monologue was working while I was singing.
Wow. Multitasking. Painting, singing,
singing, thinking. Triple threat.
Triple threats. Okay, next message.
Hi, web crawlers. This is Laura. I am from southern Louisiana.
Ooh.
I actually just started listening. I'm catching up right now. I got a call from my mom this morning saying that one of the dogs got hit by a car.
No.
So I'm on my way over there right now.
No.
And on my way there, I'm listening to your podcast, catching up, and it's really helping me feel better. So I just want to thank you guys for being funny and creative and just being a bright light in a lot of people's times of darkness and sadness, because you guys are really great and you should keep doing what you're doing. And I really love you guys, and I feel like you're close friends of mine that I can listen to every day on my commute. So that's all I wanted to say. Bye, guys.
Oh, come on.
I'm
That's
so
nice.
sorry. We're such big fans of animals and doggies on this podcast. We hope that everything is okay. And if it's not, know that you have a little animal companion in heaven now, but we're crossing your fingers. We're so sorry. That's so painful when things like that happen. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Can't even imagine.
Okay. Next couple messages left.
Hi, this is for web crawlers. This is Laura. I called about my dog.
Yes.
But this is a bit more of a happier message.
Yes.
I have this theory for you guys. It's about Rasputin. It's crazy, but hear me out.
Amazing.
So in the Boney M song
Rah, rah,
of the same name,
Rasputin.
they say it like rah rah Rasputin, and poutine is like French fries with like stuff on it. And you know how they said that Rasputin apparently had like a big dong? My theory is that his dick is just a giant French fry. No, I am not accepting criticism at this time. Thank you. Goodbye.
I will be accepting no criticism. My opinion is factual.
I'm going to start saying that. I will not be accepting criticism. Thank you.
That's amazing. Rah, rah, Rasputin. Rasputin.
I thought it was going to be a dog update, but that works just as well.
It's a dong update.
It was a dong update.
Wow. Well, it looks like she seems in a better mood.
Yeah, she does seem in a better mood.
Okay, last message.
Oh, wow.
The day.
Hey, this is for web crawlers. Can I just say,
Ooh.
I have ruined myself listening to any mailbag episode for the past 2 or 3 months because
I can't enjoy any mailbag episode because I am just waiting to hear my voice. I can't listen to what anybody else did. I'm just waiting to hear my voice. Or maybe I didn't make it onto it. Maybe I didn't make the cut. I don't know, compared to some of the ones you do put on there. But anyway, maybe it's my accent. Maybe you couldn't understand me. I'm from England. I'm from a weird little corner in England where everyone's born and dies there. Cockermouth. Google Cockermouth. Maybe I didn't make it. Yeah, this is for web crawlers, but I love you lots. Thank you, bye.
We've played her voicemails before.
I think we may have played her last week or the week before, or she was the one that it didn't come through. Just so you guys know, we play every voicemail that
we play all of them
through, unless there's something weird with the recording, or because
user error.
The download and delete buttons are right next to each other for some odd reason. And so sometimes if I'm like downloading a bunch of voicemails all on one of them, press delete, but then usually you'll get a text message from me saying, hey, I deleted this. But just know if your voicemail hasn't been played, if it's been
like a few months, I would say
call back.
Because we are like, what, a month behind at this point? Or we're into July.
We're in July. We're in middle of July now.
Yeah, so if you left it before and you haven't heard...
Yeah, we're pretty much caught up now, I think. More or less we're caught up. Because it's August 1st.
Weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. We're a couple weeks behind.
Okay, yeah. We're doing well.
Yeah,
so,
we're up to speed, kind of.
Yeah, but just know we're not, we don't
cut any of them out. We leave all the voicemails in, baby. Yeah. Unless you say something offensive, don't.
There's been one or two where we're like, we don't need to play that. But yeah.
Yeah. But they're all heard.
They're all heard.
We see you, we hear you, we value you, and we are not open to criticism. Anyways, keep calling, keep leaving reviews. We will follow you on our web crawlers accounts. We love you so much. We are a little family and community. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stettin.
And I producer Maria.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.